Once again, Coach Prime is poised to shock college football tomorrow. It's no surprise, folks. Everyone and their mama has been commenting on and reporting on the fact that Cormani Macclain is visiting in Boulder. But let's take a look at something else. Who else visited Boulder in Coach Prime just not even a week ago? It's my opinion that this visit was the writing on the wall for the Miami program. And if you don't know who this guy is and you are a Miami fan, I'm sorry for you, because that person that's entering the Colorado football building is none other than Uncle Luke. And a lot of people just know him as the rapper from 2 Live Crew, but this guy is pretty much Mr. Miami. And guys, when I saw this, I was surprised that a lot of people weren't really reporting and speaking on this, but this guy holds a lot of weight. Listen to his previous 247 interview.
In the world come from South Florida. So we got the Florida Gators, just brought in Billy Napier. Obviously, University of Miami has brought Mario Cristobal back home. And then we got Mike Norvell at Florida State. What do those coaches and those programs need to do to keep the Florida athletes at home to bring their programs back to national prominence the way they once were?
They need to stop playing politics and give jobs to guys who know where the bodies are buried at. You know, give opportunities to coaches from those areas and coaches that are coaching on the NCAA level who are very familiar with the areas in which they're recruiting. I would say out of all 3 colleges, it's still wide open, even with some of the great coaches that Mario brought in, but it's still somewhat wide open when it comes to recruiting. You know, nobody really has that coach. And there are coaches available that could go into the inner city of South Florida and go in and get that kid out of there. None of them have those guys. I mean, you got great coaches that are available, from Chris Perkins, to Corey Bell, to Telly Lockett. Those are guys who have a lot of experience coaching on the college level. They were not hired by any of these institutions. And I can guarantee you, if any one of them would have been hired by any one of these institutions, they would be leading and recruiting these areas. They would be leading and recruiting South Florida. I guarantee you that, because they went to school with the kids of the top players. They went to school. They went to school with the parents of the kids of the top players. They know where the bodies are buried at. They know the coaches. They've given the coaches who are in these schools the opportunities to coach. So when you have that relationship, it's real hard to go wrong. But then to not hire these guys, I think that puts it somewhat in a wide open situation still. Even if you hire the top staff, in my opinion, the guy the coach that gets smart, and hopefully it don't be too late, the coach that gets smart and bring in these guys, these type of guys into their program, they're going to be leading the charge in recruiting. Because even right now, there's still a lot of kids that are hesitating on going to the Floridas, the Florida States, the Miamis. They're still struggling with recruiting, even with this all-star cast of staff, and that's just it. And trust me, and the school that I love, I've had that conversation with them. But we still hope that they do better than Florida State and Florida in recruiting. Me as a fan, but at the same time, I just wish they all would get smart, or somebody get smart, and just make their job easy and not hard as it is now.
Folks, I don't know if y'all heard the phrase that he kept using about knowing where the bodies are buried. But at any rate, in this 2021 interview, he dropped a lot of knowledge and gave some warnings to those Florida programs. Not sure if it fell on deaf ears, but one thing for certain, Coach Prime is tapped in.